Valley News Live at 10.
Breaking news out of Argyle, Minnesota. A viewer sent us this video of a house being consumed by flames. Take a look. The Marshall County Sheriff's Office confirmed with us that firefighters were still on the scene less than an hour ago. The blaze apparently started around 7:30 this evening at the home in or near Argyle. Authorities tell us they are investigating, and they'll have more for us tomorrow. So stick with Valley News Live for more information. Large hail and strong winds are continuing to sweep across the region. This is video sent to us from Cannonball, North Dakota. That's south of Bismarck. Storms are weakening, but there are still severe thunderstorm warnings for a handful of counties across North Dakota and Minnesota. And we are starting to see some of that strong weather here in the Fargo-Moorhead Metro. A thunderstorm is moving through, and we could soon see the hail and strong winds. The storms have been making their way from western North Dakota and are expected to move into Minnesota also. So let's get right to your No Wait weather with Justin Fanfarelli. Justin?
And thank you, Andrea. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, still a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings still around to this into the 10 o'clock hour, but it looks like the storms are weakening pretty nicely as they move into dry air. The strongest storm so far is just off to the south and to the west of the Fargo area, south of Castleton, north of Enderlin. A severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 10:15 for southwestern Cass County. We still have a quarter-sized hail possible with this one, along with 60-mile-per-hour winds. It looks like the strongest part of the storm is going to move just off to the south of the Fargo area, but Fargo could be hit with a non-severe thunderstorm over the next half hour or so. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning up here into portions of Norman, Polk, and Trail County, also until 10:15. Looks like this one is weakening too. Inch hail, quarter-sized hail still possible, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This activity continue to move off to the south and to the east into the Southern Valley and into Lakes Country over the next few hours or so. And then we will start to clear out, temperatures falling back into the upper 50s for lows, and a cool and quiet day for the day tomorrow. We'll tell you what to expect as we round out the work week and go through the weekend. That's coming up later in the newscast.
All right. Thank you, Justin. As you mentioned, we've been following these storms for you all evening as they make their way through the state. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly has been in and around the Castleton area, and she joins us live with the latest on conditions. Katie, how does it looking out there?
Andrea, I am just north of Castleton right now, and we've been seeing heavy rain, heavy wind, as well as lightning coursing through the sky. Right now, we're not currently seeing that rain, but we just had an episode where it came through, drenched us. You can still see that my clothes are wet, my hair is wet, and it's just continuing to come through in waves of just seeing that heavy rain. Officials are advising that people are staying safe if they are on the roads, because there is the chance of losing control of your vehicle in that rain. And if you're in an area that is seeing hail, you are advised just not to go outside at all. Seek shelter. Do not go outdoors. For now, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio. Reporting north of Castleton, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
All right. Thank you, Katie. And make sure you have the Valley News Live Storm Team weather app so that you can keep up with the weather anytime, anywhere. You'll get the latest forecasts and conditions so that you can plan your day. All you have to do is search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. 2 people are dead, including a 3-year-old, after the vehicle they were in left the roadway, overturned, and went into the Turtle River. The crash happened around 3:15 this afternoon on 17th Street Northeast. That's about 3 miles south of Manville. Troopers with the North Dakota Highway Patrol say a 40-year-old woman driving a Volkswagen was heading north on 17th Street when it left the roadway. The driver and a 3-year-old in the car were taken to Altru Hospital, where they died. A federal judge has sentenced a Minneapolis man to nearly 8 years in prison for conspiring to sell heroin at the White Earth Indian Reservation. 38-year-old Stephen Mitchell Gant was sentenced to 90 months in federal prison on Tuesday after pleading guilty to drug charges. Court documents state Gant conspired with another person to distribute heroin on the White Earth Reservation and the surrounding communities. The heroin was bought in Texas and then transported to Minnesota. Gant admitted to prosecutors that he traveled to the White Earth Reservation about 25 times to sell heroin. It's called Fargo Fights. It's an Instagram page with videos of your kids fighting in school, and it's the latest trend invading your child's social media page. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer investigates what's on this page and why parents are sounding the alarm. Melanie?
Andrea, this Fargo Fights page is really gaining attention. What it does is it shows children in Fargo and West Fargo fighting on the way to school, at school, and even on the way home from school. We're not able to show you the videos on this page because of copyright issues and because there's minors in the videos. But we wanted to give you an idea of what was on the page. There was a little over 24 videos posted within a span of just a couple of hours. One of the videos even showed two young girls on a lunch table fighting with what appeared to be teachers and administrators surrounding them. Over 24 videos of kids and teens fighting in bathrooms, lunchrooms, and school hallways. It's something this father never dreamed he would have to deal with. Muhammad has a baby girl.
If that was my daughter or my son, and they put a fight in there, that I would feel very that would be very concerning to me.
All of the posts on the page are kept private, so you have to be accepted before viewing any of the videos. I was accepted to follow the page. The first video was posted only about 36 hours ago. The captions under each video, the names of the students fighting. We've been trying to authenticate these videos happened in Fargo and West Fargo, but weren't able to. So we brought what we found to the Fargo and West Fargo school districts. They told us they haven't heard of the page, and a short time later, the videos disappeared. But now parents like Muhammad are worried pages and videos like these can take a harmful toll on kids and teens.
I would be scared as a parent because if somebody loses a fight real bad and they put it on Instagram, who knows, that person might end up causing depression, anxiety, and they might end up wanting to hurt themselves. They might feel isolated because they feel embarrassed.
Now, to be clear, a new Instagram page has since been created and is still under the same name, but is spelled a little differently. A student in Fargo tells us it appeared most of the followers on the previous page were Fargo and West Fargo students. Andrea?
All right, thanks, Melanie. We asked an official with Fargo Public Schools if they keep track of the number of fights that happen there. It turns out they do not. We also asked if fighting is a problem within the district. They say it's not an overarching issue, adding they welcome information on any negative student interaction that happens in school so they can follow up. A tip from the public helped arrest a man who reportedly led law enforcement in the Northern Valley on a multi-county chase before escaping. 38-year-old Thomas Leonard Hipschman Jr. was arrested this evening. Deputies say the pursuit began Monday afternoon in East Grand Forks after Hipschman fled from an attempted traffic stop and then crashed into another vehicle in Grand Forks. He escaped law enforcement before eventually resurfacing in Trail County. Hipschman got his vehicle stuck while trying to cross the Goose River, where he then fled on foot. He's been charged with fleeing a peace officer and reckless endangerment. A 4-year-old boy has his helmet to thank for saving his life. Last Saturday, the boy was riding his bike around a Baxter, Minnesota neighborhood when he was struck by a mail truck. The boy's helmet was crushed. The boy was not. He survived, and his family is calling it a miracle. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard tells us about that day and how one Fargo group says that helmet did what it's supposed to do and more.
Chris Gronwald was walking towards his mailbox to greet the U.S. mail truck. That is when he heard a loud popping sound behind him. And that loud popping sound was the sound of a helmet on his 4-year-old son's head. 4-year-old Cohen Gronwald was riding his bike around his neighborhood as his father, Chris Gronwald, walked up to the mailbox.
I turned around and then I turned back around in time to kind of see the front of the vehicle pop up a little bit. And then I heard a kind of a popping sound, which I'm assuming was the helmet.
And there he saw his son with part of the helmet still on his head. When officials ran to Cohen, he had no sign of serious injury.
You know, that's really remarkable that the bicycle helmet was able to help that little boy.
Gene Ledusser, AAA spokesman, says 60% of people who are killed in bicycle crashes are not wearing helmets. He says the numbers show wearing these head guards could save 1 life a day and prevent 4 serious head injuries a day.
You know, bike helmets are certainly beneficial. I mean, they're even recommended during periods of tornadoes. So they're built to withstand, a great deal of impact. But a crushing injury like being driven over by a mail truck is really remarkable.
He says not only is it important to wear it, but to wear it properly, making sure it's the right size and position, and completely fastened. In Fargo, Kelly Hubbard, Valley News Live.
AAA is holding its annual I Got Caught campaign. Kids who are spotted by law enforcement wearing a helmet during appropriate summer activities could win free ice cream at Dairy Queen. For more information, visit our website, valleynewslive.com. A celebration of life was held today for Kendrick Castillo, the student killed in the school shooting in Colorado last week. Kendrick was shot and killed when two students armed with guns opened fire at STEM School Highlands Ranch on May 7th. He was 18 years old and about to graduate high school. Witnesses say he bravely lunged at one of the gunmen, giving other students time to escape. He's being remembered as a hero.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
And here in Fargo, we're watching a thunderstorm move off to our north and another one move off to our south and to our west. We're going to take a live look outside right now. The Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam Network shot in Fargo. As you can see the lightning out there right now on that severe thunderstorm that is just missing Fargo off to the south and to the west. Let's take a look at what we have right now. A new severe thunderstorm warning has just popped in, and this one is just off to the south of the Fargo area. Severe thunderstorm warning issued for southern Cass County, northwestern Richland County. This is until 11 o'clock for quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible. We've also got another severe thunderstorm warning that just popped up. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for eastern Norman, Mahnomen, and northwestern Becker County until 10:45 p.m. This one is capable of nickel-sized hail, but these are turning into wind makers. Anywhere you see the polygons, the yellow polygons on the map, you could see 60-mile-per-hour winds from this one. The good news is the hail is starting to weaken. We've gotten reports of where you see the red on the map over the past hour, 2-inch hail. Getting into portions of southern Cass County, we're seeing hail up to quarter size, still a possibility, but we're seeing nowhere near the reports we have been seeing ping pong ball to egg sized hail. Also looking around the region, we're still seeing some thunderstorms, non-severe, into portions of northwestern Minnesota. Gusty winds, heavy rain with these. Also some stronger thunderstorms getting into just off to the south and to the west of Fargo, getting into Lemoore and Dickey County, also into Ransom and Sargent County, including Oaks out toward Rutland. So definitely be prepared if you're in the warnings. Get into a small interior room away from windows and just get indoors if a thunderstorm is approaching your area. Here's what we have in terms of the surface map. High pressure working its way away from us, had that warm front come through earlier on into the day. We had the very strong southerly winds. They're being broken by this cold front making its way through. A lot cooler air behind it. And it's going to be a calm day for your Wednesday, for your Thursday tomorrow. A calm day tomorrow on Thursday. Temperatures are right now into the lower 50s into Roseau, 60 at Devil's Lake, but still where the thunderstorms have not passed yet into the low to mid 70s. That includes the Southern Valley into Lakes Country. Winds still from the south in that direction and still windy. Wind speeds of 15 to 35 miles per hour. Winds flipping around to more of a northwesterly direction behind the front. And the storms are moving into very dry air. Dew points into northwestern Minnesota into the 30s. They're into the 50s from the Red River points off to the west. So we will look for a weakening trend over the next few hours as these storms make their way into the Southern Valley and into Lakes Country. They're mainly out of here by around 1 a.m. and then clearing skies overnight. And we'll see partly cloudy to mostly clear skies through the day tomorrow. And temperatures will be a lot cooler, ranging from the upper 50s to lower 60s in most places with a breezy northerly wind. And then for the day on Friday, most of the daylight hours look good, but going into the evening, a chance of some showers, and we're going to keep the rain through most of the weekend, cloudy, windy, and rainy, and temperatures only in the lower 50s for highs, and we stay into the mid to upper 50s Monday and Tuesday, and near 60 on Wednesday. We can't get rid of the chance of some showers into early next week.
Oh, we lost the 70s. We had them for a couple days.
Yeah, unfortunately. We do need the rain, though. It'll get rid of that fire danger.
That's right, we do. Yeah, very important. Later on Valley News Live at 10, new research is out about how you can lower your risk of dying from breast cancer. The latest findings that could help you right after the break.